Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Rico Auto Industries Q2 FY24 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vijay Gyanchandani from S-Ancial Technologies Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir. Vijay, sir, over to you.
Thank you. Welcome to Rico Auto Industries Q2 FY24 earnings conference call. From the management, we have today Mr. Arvind Kapoor, Chairman and MD, Mr. R.K. Miglani, Executive Director, Mr. Kaushalendra Verma, Executive Director, Mr. B.M. Jam, Company Secretary, and Mr. Rakesh Sharma, CFO. Now I hand over the call to Mr. Kaushalendra Verma for opening remarks. After that, we can open the floor for Q&A session. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vijay. My name is Kaushalendra Verma, and I'm attending this meeting from the Rico Corporate Office boardroom. With my other colleagues who are in this room. Once again, we all welcome you to our Q2 F24 earnings conference call. Mr. Kapoor is basically in a meeting with the high-level government officials. He's already collected over phone. Once he sits in the car, that he will be able to participate verbally. This quarter, the good news is that the IMF boosts the India's growth outlook to 6.3%, and this positive revision of 0.2% for 2023 is attributed to the stronger consumption in India in this quarter from April to June. What we understand that China plus one strategy is also happening, and in this regard, our team was traveling to overseas last month, and we got a meeting with the global OEMs in Europe and in the North America. We got a very good response from all of our customers to participate in their new programs, both for the EV and the hybrid vehicles. If you see, in this year, our order book is close to 1,000 crores, and if I convert that as a revenue per annum, it's close to around 200 crores revenue per annum revenue we have already booked. We are in the process of participating in a lot of new programs, and we are confident that another 1,000 crore program like business we will book by the end of this year. This quarter, the four-wheeler market has shown a positive sign, and we have also grown up in line with the market as far as the passenger vehicle segment is concerned. The two-wheeler is still a challenge, both for the Rico as well as for the market. But in the two-wheeler, our major customer is the Hero, and we were discussing with them for the price correction on various components. We have concluded the price correction for one of the major components of alloy wheel, and they have agreed to our request, and this will impact our bottom line and the sales going forward. We are discussing with them further. We are further discussing with them for the other parts for the price correction, and which is in discussion, and hopefully we will conclude with them in this quarter. Yeah. If there are now we are open to questions and we will be, and the entire team is sitting here. Will provide the answers and the clarification to the questions raised by our stakeholders.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking the question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Anyone who wishes to ask question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. The first question is from the line of Deepak Poddar from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, this Hero that you mentioned, that you have discussed the price correction for one of the part and other things are being discussed. So has the business with the Hero normalized, and what's the impact we see on the top line and bottom line that you just mentioned on the Hero part?
Yeah. We have basically concluded one of the discussions for the one of the parts with the alloy wheel, and the profitability overall impact on this product, if you talk about that, will be now currently this product is around 2 to 3%. Now we will take it to 5%.
Okay. So this product is now 2 to 3% of your revenue right now.
Yeah, because we have different models of alloy wheel, and depending on the models, the profitability varies from 2 to 3%. And we were discussing with them to correct our price to take this profit margin to 5% in the alloy wheel, which we have concluded with them, and which will have an impact going forward from this quarter.
Excuse me. Yeah, so I understood that. So 2 to 3% of your PAT margin can increase to 5% PAT margin in this product, right? Because of this price correction.
Yes, Mr. Verma is saying about the net margin that we get in that product. And as far as turnover is concerned, that will also go up. But as a percentage, it will not be very big percentage. Currently, it is in the range of around 10% of our turnover that comes from wheel business.
It is 13%.
Yeah. So it will grow maybe by up to say 13.5%.
On top of that, we were holding ourselves to basically to give them a less supply on account of the product profitability. Now this has been concluded, and we are going to increase our volumes also with the Hero, which will take the major impact on our revenue for this alloy wheel business.
Okay, I got it. Understood. And for the remaining products, by when you are expecting things to normalize? I mean, you are asking discuss for other parts.
Yeah, we are constantly discussing with our customer, and now we are happy that at least they have concluded on one of the major products where we have a lot of pain. And we are also in an advanced discussion for the other products, and we are confident that this will be get concluded within this quarter.
Okay, fair enough. And secondly, on your guidance front, I mean, in the first half, I think we have done close to about 1,100 crores of top line. We were targeting 2,600 crores. So how do we look that, and at 11% margin? So we are behind on the margin front as well. So any change in the guidance that you would want to guide?
If you see that our margins are better than the previous quarter from the Q1 to Q2, both on the standalone as well as the Concall front. Going forward, let me talk about profitability. Going forward, once we have got the increase from our customers for this one of the products, definitely this will help us to grow our margins further. We are in the process of optimizing our resources in line with the overall sales, so that we continue to improve our margins on the profitability. Absolutely, yes, the sales, we have some challenges with one of the customer. If you talk about the passenger vehicles, the Renault uptake is much less as compared to their forecast, which is basically the area for concern. But we are working with other customers to increase our share of business, and we have increased our share of business with one of the major domestic OEMs, Maruti Suzuki. If you see in this quarter, we have increased our share of business from 8 to 12%. We are basically a single source to them for one of their products, which is water pump and the oil pump, which goes into their K15 series engine. All the cars which you see on the road at this point of a time, they have our product on the 1.5 liter engine. They started with the around 1,200 parts. Now that volume has gone up to around 2,100, and they are further requesting to enhance this volume to 2,600. We have basically, without any investment, we have free up the investment from our internal resources by basically identifying the equipment which are producing only using for the low volume product. We have requested our customer to take the complete material for their 1 year requirement, so that we can utilize the equipment for the high volume product. And that's the way we have reached from 1,200 to 2,100, which is on terms of the revenue to talk about from 75 crores to 150 crores and overall year. And they have requested another increase, which will have the total revenue of 200 crores. And for that also we are finding that if we can release the capital, existing capital to capture this revenue, and we are working on that. Our focus is that we are trying to free up our existing capex, which is engaged in the small volume program, where we are requesting customer to take the material in one shot, or we will build some inventory, keep them for, and we will supply to them once they need that. So we will have a better utilization of the capital.
Okay. But what I was saying, are we still targeting 600 crores this year, or we are targeting a reduced target somewhere? 24, 25, because what I... Yeah.
Our target is still 2,600, and we are working towards that.
Okay, because that ideally means that in the second half you have to do 1,500 crores kind of a top line at a 750 crores kind of a run rate. I mean, because these things do take time, right? So is it a very difficult challenge for you to, 750 crores per quarter in the second half in terms of execution?
Yes, definitely. We have forecasted this growth based on the new programs which we were supposed to do the SOP in the different months of the year. There are a couple of programs where we have completed our development and the customer is validating our parts. And once they do the SOP, the volumes get realized. So the only challenge is that it little bit depends on the customer SOP also. But we are on track. We are targeting 2,600 crores.
Okay. And in terms of margin, you mentioned, 11% also we are still maintaining, excluding other income, right? In terms of EBITDA margin, because first half I think it was close to 9.6%, 9.6, 9.7% excluding other income, your EBITDA margin.
No, if you see the consolidated results, at present also we are earning in double digits. This quarter it has been good. On consolidated front, it would have been better. Like Mr. Verma said, that we have negotiated prices for alloy wheels for our Rico Gen 5 subsidiary, but the effect of that has not yet come in our sales and obviously on profit margins also. So in Q3 that will be there because the procedural things are on, and the purchase order for that will be released by maybe in the December beginning or November end. So that is the way. If you see, profitability is on track. In fact, we in standalone we have already crossed 11% this quarter.
Yeah. So on a console basis, 11% margin excluding other income for FY24 is on track.
Yes, that's what it's on track. Yes. This quarter also it would have been 11%, but one sale increase for whatever price we have got, that has not been accounted for in consolidation.
Fair enough. I understand.
And come in the next quarter.
Sir, I understand. And how do we see on the order front? In the defense sector as well, if you can throw some light that what sort of order book traction we can see on the defense side and overall at the business side.
Defense, we are working very aggressively on various programs which we mentioned in our previous calls. But currently, we are not basically able to fight them, but we are in the advanced discussions and talking to them and pushing them so that, and one of the programs we can do the industrialization and the SOP. We are working on various fronts in the defense. Once any of the programs will get materialized, we'll give the news to all the stakeholders.
Okay. So what is the order book range we are initially targeting in terms of in the defense sector aspect? There must be 100, 200 or 500 crores. Is that the size we are looking at or higher? So some sense we have on that?
See, in case of defense, like we have been telling earlier also, it's very unpredictable till the time we get the final order, because you never know the timing, how much delay it can happen. So as far as target is concerned, the bids are very high. But once we get, because we have been following up with the defense for last 5 to 7 years, I think, 5 to 6 years. So, but that has not materialized. So that is why we don't consider that as of now. So target will depend what type of order we get.
Understood. Fair enough. And just last thing as a clarification, you mentioned somewhere this 1,000 crores order book. So what exactly you mentioned there? I mean, is it which order book we are talking about here? Is it in the export program?
I'm talking about that this year with our various customers like domestic and the global customers, we have already awarded the business of close to 1,000 crore over a program life. We consider a program life from 5 to 6 years depending on the customer. So if you convert them into peak revenue per annum, it is close to 200 crores per annum revenue. We have already booked with our customers, which will get into SOC in next 6 to 12 months.
So this 1,000 crores is the order book inflowing program, which is a life of 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, 1,000 crores over the program life, considering 5-year program life. So if you convert them, it comes to be around peak revenue per annum is 200 crores per annum.
200 crores. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I think that's it from my side, sir. I think all the very best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Aman from AlphaStreet Invest Management. Please go ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
My name is Arvind Kapoor. Sorry, I've just joined. I just got out of the meeting. I'm just sat in the car and joined. And the meeting has started, I know. And I will also be participating along with my colleagues. Sorry, I'm not sitting with my colleagues. Today I'm in the car and talking to you. Yeah, please carry on. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Sure, sir. My first question is on our export business. So if you can talk about the run rate we did in H1, was it as per your expectation? Was it slower than your expectation? And what is the outlook for the second half?
Our export business is in line with our target, which we have set for ourselves in the H1. And our forecast is also similar, and we will, whatever we have targeted for ourselves, our export sales will be in line with that.
So, but having said that, I'd like to make one comment. Whenever we give a guidance on export, we normally give it much lesser figures. And there's always a pull from the customers. But this is the first time we've noticed that they've actually taken holidays in the month of September. Normally, even September holidays they are working. So one does start suspecting that tension to nahi hai. But at the moment, they're picking up whatever they have promised. And it's absolutely in line with whatever we have projected.
So what is our target for this year and next year in exports?
Can you say something?
So checking and listening. 600. Yeah. This till H1 we have completed a 22% export of our total revenue, and our target for the next half is 26%.
So for the full year, we are targeting around 600 crores.
Yeah.
And for next year, sir, what is our target in exports?
For next year, we are, as I mentioned in my comment, that we are working with the other customers to on board for the new business, and we are trying to basically in discussion with various customers for their hybrid and the EV programs product, and we are very confident that, and or the figure which I have told you about 1,000 crore business or the order which we have on which we are currently discussing with our customer, that will definitely increase our export sales going forward for the next year.
So when we look at exports, there are two things that we look at. One is, of course, the new orders which are going to come. That will take about a year or a year and a half for them to actually come into production. And but we also look at the volume increases that we can by taking a larger share of the business. And in some cases, it has happened. And we are pushing the other customers to do the same.
Sure, sir. So the in the initial part, you were talking about 1,000 crore program over 5 years. So can we assume that 200 crore additional per year in exports will come from next year? So this 600 will go at least to 8.
one more.
That 200 crore is both for domestic and the export.
Yeah. See, the 600 will go to 800. In any case, won't go next year. It might be another 2 years or 3 years. It will definitely go in that direction. That we are very clear in our mind. We are targeting 1,000 crores in the next possibly 3 to 4 years, and for the export market. That we are very confident with the new program which are coming. But this 200 that we are talking of is both domestic as well as the export.
Sure, sir. This helps. My second question is our margin. So we are talking about we have gone with our customer and looking for some adjustment in pricing in terms of alloy wheels. So if you can talk about, are there any other products remaining in our basket where the margins are currently low and where we expect a price rise? So my question was also to basically from when do we see that 10, 11, 12% of consistent margins on our overall consolidated business?
Yeah.
Let me complete on the alloy wheel, then maybe KB and Rakesh, you can pick it up. The alloy wheel, the price increases that have been given to us are from 1st of April, na?
Yeah, yes, sir. 1st of April this financial year, sir.
Yeah. So the prices we get it from 1st of April, and hopefully we'll get it probably by end of this month or beginning next month. That has been finalized, that has been frozen. And there are other parts that we are talking of with the clutches, etc. There we've asked for marginal increase in the prices there also. And hopefully those should also be settled. But it's taken us over a year and a half to settle prices for the wheel, which is hurting us the most earlier. But the others, hopefully we'll do it before the end of the year. But let's hope they do it soon, because we were really hurting as far as the alloy wheel was concerned. But now alloy wheel has been settled, that's behind us now. And we are pushing for the other components as well.
And to add to our MD's comment, if you see our EBITDA margins in standalone basis, it is already in H1 we have achieved 11.3%. And if you see in consolidated also, it is in the double digit. Like we have said that 11% is our target to achieve this year. So that we are on track, and we are confident that we will be able to achieve that on yearly basis, on consolidated basis.
Sure, sir. My next question is to Arvind, sir. Sir, 2-3 quarters back, you had talked about an update on the electric fuse orders. Basically, the whole process will be done again. Any update on that part? Because we have been waiting for, I think, had like 1,000.
Okay, on the electronic fuses and on the fuses in general also, that total order got cancelled, and the government has shelved it absolutely because there was a lot of favoring things happening, and we protested against that. And now what has happened is that the government obviously needs the ammunition in any case. So they have given it to the current suppliers of the ammunition, and we have become sub-vendors to them. That's what we had mentioned in one of the meetings. Whoever gets the order will have to buy it from us in any case. So that tender got cancelled. But the government, for its immediate requirement, the defense people for the immediate requirement have started giving direct 8 lakh piece ka de diya, 2 lakh piece ka de diya order. These are the orders that they're giving to those current people till they come out with the next scheme. Now, when they come out with the next scheme, the defense people, it's very difficult to really understand the timing. But on the defense, since I'm on the defense, at the moment, we are bidding for orders of about 1,000 crores at the moment. And it is for various items. One is the shooting ranges I mentioned last time. That we are hopeful. We are talking to the Navy, Army, as well as the Air Force, and also the BSF and CISF and all these for them to buy these ranges. And hopefully, that should next quarter we should be able to give you some results on that.
Sure, sir. But on the testing part, the trials part on the fuses, that is still we have to do it again whenever the new tender comes, or that is done? Because we had like 1,000.
We put in a lot of money. Our collaborators also sent fuses from their manufacturing facilities and everything, and all those had to be diffused. And so that was a very tedious cycle we went through, because we can't just sell the fuses in the market. And so we had to diffuse all the in the presence of the defense people. But the testing, in any case, whenever there's a new tender coming in, even the current suppliers have got to go through the testing process. Everybody goes through the process.
Okay. So, given there are winter trials and summer trials, it will maybe take another maybe 2 years, 1 to 2 years for.
So that is a cycle. But let's see, we are on it. So we'll get it one day. We are determined to do that.
Yeah. And sir, sorry, you mentioned the word sub-vendor. We have become sub-vendors to the suppliers. So are we?
Yeah. So we supply the main bodies and other components of the thing to those people because they are unable to meet the requirement. Still, they have a strong supplier base. And we were doing it earlier also, and so we started supplying to them. We are okay. We are in the process of doing that now.
Mm-hmm. But the fuse part they are procuring from outside India or someplace. They are not buying from us.
That's exactly. They're basically doing assembly. So they are importing the fuse portion from South Africa, and the batteries also coming from there. Whereas we have taken up the responsibility of making the batteries and fuse, everything, electronics here in India.
And sorry, last part on this, you have talked about we have like 1,000 fuses lying in our facility. So what happens with those? Like those get wasted, sir? Because
no, we didn't pay for it because our collaborators are also involved, and we had. It is a very clear thing on the success of the fuses will we pay. So now since we tried with the place, there's no success. Obviously, the vendors our supplier did ask for the money, but we had to get them diffused. That's what we had to do, so that there was nothing left of the fuses.
Sure, sir. These help. Thank you. These are the questions.
But on the defense side, we are more active now, and now we see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so with Army individually and Navy separately, and Air Force and the other forces also going for these products, that very interesting products coming out. Even once we get the order, we'll actually put it on the website also.
And you're talking about indoor shooting ranges, right? Or any other products also?
Yes. Now, the outdoor shooting range, this is a shooting range can be put anywhere. It's in containers, it can be put anywhere, and you can start off. There is no sound or anything that comes out. We have it displayed in our one of the factories.
Sure, sir. Thank you for answering the question.
Yeah.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Neha from SKS. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to know your overall outlook for H2, not just exports. What do you think of H2 and next year, FY24?
Not only export,
overall outlook for H2.
For H2?
H2, yeah. Second half.
Now, I don't have the figures in front of me, but I'll give you some broad picture in any case.
Yeah.
Now, like in the aluminum wheels, the last quarter we had mentioned that we had cut down our production intentionally because we were not very happy with the prices of the wheels. And we had been testing them for over a year and a half, and they were delaying it. And so we finally said, sorry, we can't supply. And that not only we said it, even the other wheel suppliers said that this is a monkey business. We are losing money. So finally, now the prices have been settled. Our volumes have also been almost, they want us to double and even triple the volume supplies that we can do. So that is one possibility that we are looking at. But we want to be sure that our dependence is not only on Hero, but it's on we supply to Honda, and where we are negotiating, and to Suzuki. Bajaj we are already supplying, and we are also talking to Enfield, etc. So we will be supplying to all. And there would be a subsequent ban on the import of wheels. So that's what we are working on. And so that volume will go up dramatically, which we not factored the whole volume so far. We were not sure whether Hero would actually like to double their volume requirement. So that is on the wheel front. On the my colleague Mr. Verma had spoken about the oil pump. From 1100 or 1200 we went to 2100. Now they want close to 2600. And Similarly, there are other components like for the EV and electric vehicles as well as the hybrid vehicles. There's one example I must give you is for against the price of Toyota. We were supposed to spend 70 crores for this new product that we have developed already, and but like Mr. Verma mentioned, what we did was we've done a lot of cleaning in our shop floor. We've taken out the equipment that was not being fully utilized. And some of the components which had come down dramatically at the end of the life of the component, we given the supply for the whole year, taken out the equipment. Now instead of 70 crores, we'll be putting in only 10 crores investment for that particular project. And the turnover would be about 150 crores. Same thing goes for the oil pumps. Whatever we had put in earlier, we've utilized the same and or taken out the capital from inside itself to put in the production. So we are trying to get in maximum capital equipment out of the system and use it for new products and or expansions that are required. KV, please carry on.
Yes, sir. You have rightly said, sir. And for all the additional volume increase and the revenue increase, we are trying to minimize our capex by free up our existing capex, which is currently engaged with the low volume program. So that is basically giving an advantage to be competitive with other competition and better margins on the profitability.
Okay. And sir, if I rightly heard, you guys increased your business with Maruti from 10 to 12%, I guess. So what I've generally heard from various like auto component people, like Maruti's margins are a bit contracted compared to other people. So will that also impact our margins?
Yes, you are rightly. We have increased our volume share of business with Maruti from 8 to 12%. And this is for their new program, the latest engine, K15C series engine, which goes into most of their cars currently, which you see on the road. This is a new program which we quoted to them almost 3 years back, and this came into the SOP last year. Yes, Maruti, we have to settle with that price margin, but we have won this program on a reasonable profit margin and will not impact the further increase in the volume on our profitability, but it's improved.
Okay. Thank you so much. That is from my side.
Thank you. A reminder to participants that you may press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Bhaskar. Please go ahead. Bhaskar Adala, please go ahead.
Hello, sorry, apologies for the delay. My question is on the land asset that we are planning to sell in your Noida. Any update on that?
See, I think you're talking of this Gurgaon property, I think you're talking. So that way, these things means we don't have anything in hand as of now. But any progress is there, we'll definitely let you
know. Okay. Is there any new products that we are planning to introduce, especially specific to electric vehicles in coming years, or any kind of collaboration with some other companies? Because as you know, the market changing rapidly, the technology is growing and everything. So in that case, how we are actually improving our products?
See, our marketing teams are already on the job, and they are meeting so many international customers also and domestically also. So if the need be, we may means we will not shy away from say maybe erecting new greenfield project. But as of now, there is no such plan.
Yeah, but we are already supplying to that we are doing already doing.
As far as EV vehicle component supply is concerned, that we have been doing for last maybe 8 years or so, and our 15% of our turnover is already coming from EV and hybrid vehicle components. So that will continue to grow. definitely. But if need be, we'll go for greenfield project. As of now, there is no such plan to go for any new greenfield project.
Okay, sir. And the last call, Arvind Kapoor sir mentioned that we are going to have some kind of tie-up with some company. If I remember correctly, is there any progress on that?
Yeah, talks are on with so many for many businesses,
Okay.
but we as of now there is nothing that needs maybe sharing with the stakeholders as of now.
Okay, sir. Well, the last question from my side is, for the next financial year, are we looking at reaching like somewhere around 3,000 crores that we initially estimated, like next financial year, not this one. This one, anyway, we had some trouble with Hero, etc. Because of that, we lost some revenue. Are we able to see some clear roadmap for the next year order without any kind of hiccups like we had this year?
Yes, I'm sorry. Can you please ask again? We were not able to very clearly listen to your voice.
Yeah, I'm just asking about the next financial year. Like this year, we had some hiccups, right? Like last quarter, we had some issues with Hero, etc.
Yes.
But for the next financial year, do we have a clear roadmap, and are we able to achieve like around 3,000 crores kind of revenue?
Yes. That's very clear. In fact, this year also, everything is on track only. As far as Hero thing was concerned, that was very temporary affair, and that is over as of now. And as far as negotiations with customers is concerned, that keeps on happening, but that is not going to hamper our maybe growth. Okay, so negotiations we keep on happening. That was a one-off case that we had to stop for some limited period. Some supplies have to be stopped. So these type of things normally don't happen. Right?
And as we mentioned that we have already got the business award for a program life of 1,000 crores, and which will some of the programs which are also getting the SOP in the next financial year, which will help us to basically to increase that.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. That's it from me.
Thank you. A reminder to participants that you may press star and one to ask questions. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining today's call. And next quarter, as we mentioned that, and we update the team for all the fronts on the revenue and the profit margin as well as the new awards. And as Mr. Kapoor said that we are working very aggressively on all the fronts, including the defense. And in the next quarter, we will give you the better results as committed with respect to our own internal targets. And as mentioned that, we will definitely give you more news on the new awards and the new business, both on the front of the EV and the passenger vehicles and the other things. Thank you so much for joining the call today. And if there are any further questions, you can always email us. We will be more than happy to answer that and provide the clarification.
On behalf of S-Ancial Technologies Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you.